Hey y'all! Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make a homemade lasagna. With the amount of ingredients it takes, this recipe can be intimidating, but don't let that scare you. I'm here to guide you through and I'll be showing you just what I use to cut that cooking time too. Thank you so much to all my current and new subscribers. I appreciate the love on the road to 1K. The ingredients will be listed in the description box. Let's get started, y'all. First thing we're going to do is preheat our oven to 375 degrees. Then we're going to preheat our pan on a medium heat. Then we're going to grab our onion and dice this up until we have about a cup full. Now, some of y'all might be saying a cup full? Dang, that's a lot. But trust me, it's not. It is not overpowering. It is just enough. Now that our onion are diced, we can add 1 tablespoon of oil to our pan. And we're just going to shake that around to make sure that our pan is coated evenly. We're going to grab our onion and add it to our pan, followed by 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, and then our ground turkey. Then we're going to mix this until it's well combined. Now you can definitely use ground beef if you prefer. It's still going to taste good regardless. I try to opt for ground turkey whenever possible, just because it's a healthier choice, plus I'm not sacrificing any taste. If it was, you best believe you would see ground beef in this pan instead. Now that I have it mixed together pretty well, I'm going to add the lid and allow this to cook for a few minutes. Alright y'all, it's been about 5 minutes, so we're going to chop this up into smaller pieces and allow it to cook until it's completely done or until you can see no more pink. Once the meat is completely done, we're just going to drain off all the juice. We do not need that, and then we'll return our meat back to the stove. Now that we've got the meat back on the stove, we can add in our tomato sauce, then our tomato paste. And in case anyone's wondering, you don't have to get a specific brand unless you want to. I'm using the store brand and it came out just as good. I'm going to mix these together and then I'm going to turn my attention to my stewed tomatoes. If you've ever used stewed tomatoes, you know that when you open up the can, it's big chunks of tomato pieces, and I definitely don't want that. So what I'm going to do is drain off the juice, and then I'm going to chop up the tomatoes into smaller pieces. This is just my preference, as I don't want to bite into my lasagna and have a big chunk of tomato in my mouth. If you like these big chunks, of course you can keep them just as they are. Now that the stewed tomatoes are the preferred sides for me, I'm going to add them to my pan and combine them with the other ingredients. Once I have this completely blended, I'm going to add my lid and I will allow this to simmer for 15 minutes. For the cheese mix in my bowl, I have ricotta, 1 15-ounce container of that, 2 eggs, half a teaspoon of salt, and half a cup of Parmesan cheese. To this, we're going to add a half a teaspoon of seasoned salt, 1 teaspoon of parsley, and 1 teaspoon of pepper, and mix well. Our sauce is ready, and now we can have some fun. It's time to assemble this baby. Sauce down first. Now, not a whole lot, just enough to cover the bottom of the dish. And remember I told y'all we was going to cut the cooking time? Here it is. Oven ready lasagna, y'all. This works perfectly and allows us to skip the pasta boil and dealing with those slippery noodles. Also, if they don't fit your dish, you can simply break them into the size you need. Super convenient. We want to make sure they overlap by at least ½ inch. Next, we're going to layer in our ricotta mix. We want to use about half of this on this layer. Then we're going to spread it out as evenly as possible. Next, we're going to add in our cheese. I'm using sharp cheddar and also mozzarella cheese. Y'all comment down below and let me know what type of cheeses y'all like to use in your lasagna. I use a thin layer of cheese in between my layers because I'm going to use the majority of it on top. Now you can layer this any type of way you want. If you want this cheese to be super thick, then go ahead and do that. Alright y'all, we're going to repeat these steps, and a little later in the video, I'm going to show y'all what I pair this with to take this meal to the next level. Now Now that I have my final layer of sauce on top, I do like to come back and I sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. All right, y'all, I'm gonna put this baby in the oven uncovered for 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and top it with some more cheese. It's been 20 minutes, and I know what y'all been waiting on, a lot more cheese. So I'm gonna use the rest of the cheese that I have and pour it on top. Then I'm gonna pop this back in the oven for another 10 minutes until that cheese is all melty and gooey. Ooh, and there she is. Y'all, this thing was heavy. Y'all see me struggling to get this thing out the oven. But I ain't dropping no food. Look at her. Beautiful, ain't she? Y'all drop a like down below if she look good to y'all. And I know what y'all thinking. Time to cut this up and serve it up. No, 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 not yet. When it comes to lasagna, we need to let this sit for a while. Give it a little bit of time to rest. That way this won't be spilling all over the place and it'll stay in one good piece. While this rests, what we're gonna do is grab that good stuff, that good old garlic bread. And I know some of y'all might be like, carbs on top of carbs for this meal? Absolutely. I'll work it off later. Now, normally for garlic bread, I like to use my Texas toast, but I didn't see it this time when I was in the grocery store, so hey, this'll do. This bread only takes about 8 to 9 minutes to bake, and that's about all the time we need to allow our lasagna to rest. Then we can serve it on up. I allowed my bread to cool for about 2 to 3 minutes because I did not want this burning up my hand. But now we're going to go ahead and cut this into smaller pieces and pair it with our lasagna. Our lasagna has had enough time to cool, so now we're just going to loosen it along the sides and get ready to cut this corner piece. Y'all comment down below and let me know if y'all prefer the corner or the middle, or if it doesn't even matter. I should have used my heavy duty spatula, but instead I'm sitting here working with this little flimsy one, but I'm going to get it together, y'all. Look at these beautiful layers, y'all. I'm about to grab me a piece of garlic bread and dig into it. To all my cooks out there, after you've made this meal, remember to add chef to the front of your name because, baby, you are a chef today. I appreciate you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.